Hey, everybody. Of course, I am Sister Marion Afua. I am just coming in tonight just to talk to y'all a little bit about just the whole thing of being a spiritual and metaphysical practitioner. And I spend a lot of time working in corporate, in the business world. And a lot of us are thinking that we cannot do this thing and then be in good balance. Well, you can't be in balance and harmony if you are not doing a even exchange in the universe, right? There has to be a give and take. There has to be an abundance of peace and wealth, and there has to be an even exchange. And so often, we as practitioners, as doers, as spiritualists, as mediums, as psychics, as tarot card readers, as energy workers, as light workers, whatever term you need to label for yourself to understand that this message is for you. And I had an epiphany about 2 years ago when I was leaving corporate environment because of a physical manifestation that was being pushed for me from the inside out to tell me I needed to get myself back into alignment. And so one of the things I did was I opened up my business. And so I was not having income and I started building income. And the way that I started building income is I was using my blog talk radio. I was just going to give something back. It didn't have anything to do, never thought about it being a business. It was going to be my give back just to make me be able to help people. I never thought about charging for anything. So I would do a 30-minute call on Blog Talk. And on that 30-minute call, after the call, people would start inboxing me or chatting to me or messaging me and asking me how they could have a private reading or speak to me privately. At that moment, it had never occurred to me until I got 20 requests in 1 week to have appointments with me, and that I actually took one of those appointments and still didn't charge them. And the person at the end of the call said, "Do you have a PayPal so I can send you some money? How much should I send you?" Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I never even thought about that because I still had what's called some paradigms around the concept of money and spirituality and religiosity that was preventing me from the opportunity to have full abundance, full prosperity, and full wealth with the gifts, the talents, and abilities that I've been given. These are not curses that we've been given. These are not inopportune situations. These are not things that should be coveted and hidden and hyper protective and put under sealed bar and gate and never to be discovered except in the dark dungeons of a hole or a home in some big dark wood place. Absolutely not. It is for us to begin to fully be the light and the guiding lighthouse that is going to guide people into their territory of their life expansiveness. We are able to bridge people into a new level of understanding, a new level of healing, a new level of experiencing of their holistic life at the fullest, most expansive and exponentiality of that moment. It is not about ego. It is not about taking advantage of people. It is not something that is wrong. If I had not begun to lose my gift, I would have been homeless. My children probably would have been taken from me, and you wouldn't see me here today. Right? So being a metaphysical and a spiritual practitioner requires you first and foremost, just like any other business, to realize that you're going to go into business. When you're healing someone with your Reiki, when you're healing someone with your knowledge of crystals and stones, when you're sharing your wisdoms regarding the practices of Udun, Lakumi, witchcraft, whatever term you need to do, when you're serving as a medium, when you're serving as a medical intuitive, when you're serving as a spiritual counselor or consult, whatever, if you're selling products that are going to improve people's connection and alignment, you're in business. So with that comes integrity. With that comes an awareness. With that comes a commitment for you to go ahead and do that with the full out knowing that it is going to be an even exchange, that you're going to have an economy that is based upon your spiritual and metaphysical gifts. Now, I hear people talk about this all the time, like, hey, like I shouldn't charge, or, how much should I charge, or this person can't afford it. That is not your business. If that person has not prioritized the wellness, the healing, the experience, the knowing that is required to move them to the next level, if they're not willing to invest in that, then that's okay. I give away a lot. A lot of times people will pay for a service with me, and if I feel I need to extend that service, I do. But you have to be able to hold people accountable to see the value of which they're getting. It's not something that is darkened by the fact that you're saying, oh, I need you to pay me, and you want to get your money up front. I'm just saying, business is business. Every business requires marketing. Every business requires a system for operation. Every business requires a way to handle money. But the bottom line is, a business is an exchange of a good or a service for a fee. Every business have a service or product that they're giving to someone who wants it, and then in exchange, that person is compensating them for that. So if you begin to see yourself as that, yes, we are healers. Yes, we are light workers. Yes, we are purveyors of ancient wisdoms and modalities. Yes, we are. But we also live in a physical realm that requires us to have some sustainable ways to sustain ourselves so that we can be at our best level of existence to serve people from a good place. How can you teach someone about abundance, or unblock their root chakras, or begin to guide them into prosperity, or begin to heal their bodies when you yourself are in scarcity? When you yourself are functioning from a place of doubt and misalignment. So as a metaphysical and spiritual practitioner, I have to remind myself that this is my gift from divine creator of the universe. The universe is abundant and flowing, and I'm a byproduct of that. So therefore, if it is constantly growing and expanding, if it is constantly bringing us to a new space, then I too must be producing, and I must be in a level of productivity, a level of prosperity, and a level of creating more of the higher vibrations, more of the sharing of the ancient wisdoms and modality, getting more people to rise up and open up and accept themselves as the same as I. And that in this realm requires us to have a business, that requires us to take the time to run a business. Now, people might say, oh, you make a lot of money. Listen, it's not about money. It's not about how much money you make. It's about, are you being consistent, and are you being real? Are you honoring your gifts that have been given to you? Are you taking time to set up a PayPal, a Stripe, a Square account that can pull in appointments, that can get people to prepay, and you can plan out your time so you're not running around missing appointments? Are you looking to see how much your products actually cost you to make? Are you looking at the way in which the shipping is going to be impacting your availability of products and services? Are you making sure that you are in the right mental and emotional state to serve people? That's all I'm saying. And that requires you to know that you're in business. Being in business, somebody said to me, well, I make $100 every month. Okay, if that works for you, that's fine. But $100 a month for me is not going to make it. For you, it may. You put the prices on your things that you believe is going to represent what you feel is honoring your gifts that you've been given. The wisdom that you are sharing. The opportunities that are going to bridge you into that new horizon is taking a position as being that beacon of light that people can come to. I often use with my clients on a regular basis, and with my customers, and in my books, I often tell people, you got to be the lighthouse. And a lighthouse doesn't move. A lighthouse is forever burning its light, shining, so that people know that they're available for them. And it's that it's always going to be available. Whether the storm is light or the storm is heavy, you need to be there. And if you're not able to fortify yourself, to refurbish yourself, to give yourself your own type of healing, to be in a network of people where you're not feeling like people, you can't trust people. I'll tell you something. If you want to work on a network, work on a network. But I've made more money not working on a network than I have waiting for them to give me my 42% or 48% or 51%, whatever it was. I remember sitting in my house working on that Blog Talk show, and then I remember that I had a keen, or maybe it was some type of networking, psychic network group that I used to work on the hotline. And one day I just looked and I clicked to see how much money I had made. And it tells you, you gross this amount of money, they take this amount in fees, and this is what they're going to send you. And then I said, oh my greatness. Oh my greatness. I still had to email people and say I was online. I still made sure that I told people, don't forget to, follow up with me and let me know how things are going. That's still a form of business. I still had to create a page that told people who I was. I still had to set a per minute rate. So if you can do that within the parameters of someone else, can't you run your business? Can't you run your business? Sure you can. You need to get the business side of business. Sure, we feel great when we're serving people. I know I do. I'm even doing this right now, feels good to me, right? But I know that I have to be able to maintain myself. I can't be hungry, trying to feed people, trying to serve people. I can't be upset and worried if I'm going to get evicted, or if my car is going to get repossessed, or if I'm going to have transportation, or if I'm going to be able to keep my lights on. No, that's not how it works. Take a business. Think of it. You have a product or a service that people want. Let's put a price on it. Let's put a system in place that when they come to your site, they can easily book an appointment, or they can easily connect to you. Have some products and services. Find a CRM, a customer relations management system, that when people book appointments, it manages the appointments and it keeps their emails, and that you can communicate with people and remind them of your services, remind them of you. Begin to understand and monitor your money. How much money are you getting in? If you're creating products that you're actually selling to other people, how much of that product is eaten up in the expenses to make that product? How much is going to shipping? If you're holding events, if you're creating workshops, how much of that expense does it take to do that? This is real business talk for those of us that are metaphysical and spiritual practitioners. And if you're here live with me, I greatly appreciate it. And I'm inviting you even more to spend some more time with me. But it really is about understanding the healing of you first, so that you can serve from a better place. So many practitioners are broken down and talking about depression and talking about being put out, and that's not what we have to be in order to serve people. That's not. How do you tell me you're working with the Lawa or the Egun? For those of you that know about that, how do you tell me that you're speaking with the elements as an alchemist, and yet you're incapable of understanding who you are as an alchemist and how you need to function within this world? We're in this physical world. We have to have shelter. We have to have a time to deflate and just release and to cleanse and heal and get into some spaces that allow us to be served so we can serve better. What better way to do that than to have an income that is stable and consistent, and you can see it grow and blossom? Thank you, my love, for being here. So tonight, if you are a metaphysical and a spiritual practitioner, I want to offer up my support to you as someone who does deal with business and money development. How do we put ourselves in position? I mean, I'm working right now to gather in practitioners so that we can begin to get health insurance as a group, as we can begin to purchase products as a group, as we begin to have some networking opportunities that allows us not to try to worry about spending money, but really sharing information, because the information isn't exclusive. It's available. So I want to support you in developing your business. And so I'm going to invite you to go and send me an email. Please send me an email at yourlifealchemy@gmail.com, yourlifealchemy@gmail.com. Send that to me, and let's have a conversation and discuss how we can begin to build your spiritual and metaphysical practitioner business to the highest height. Thank you for joining me. Again, I am Marian Sister Afua. I am an alchemist, spiritualist, healer, and business entrepreneur coach. Call me, talk to you soon, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.